What's up, guys? Welcome into another Walking Dead Road to Survival video. This is your host, JustCMTexx. And I'm back and we're getting ready to go over my guide for building weapons, okay? You wondering why you're struggling within your teams, why you can't seem to be able to get the max amount out of your characters and things of that nature? It's probably because they're built wrong, and you have to build them a certain way and put them in teams in a certain way so that they'll work the way that you need them to. So let's go ahead and get into this. So the first thing we want to look at is the weapon crafting spot, right? When we go look at the weapons, let's go ahead and we're going to look at my Rick 2000 weapon that I built for him. So what you'll see is that with this Rick 2000 weapon, I have 55% HP, right? 35% defense. You'll also see that when being attacked, a better chance to cause negative 50 AP, and then reduce critical hit damage taken by 50%. So with this Rick weapon here, simply what I did was I put the reduced damage on there, and everything else I put into the HP. Why would I go about putting it into the HP? I put everything else into HP is because when Rick is on a defensive team, he needs to be able to survive. And since he'll go into teams like Barker or teams like Ezekiel, who does basically only gives defense as a bonus, right? You want to be able to build him so he has more HP, because there are no real HP defensive leaders in the game at the moment that you would typically put out on the field right now in the current meta. So this is why he is built this way, okay? Now, let's go over the mindset for the weapons so you can know what to look for when you're building these weapons. We'll go over a couple more of these in this in-depth guide. So, reduce critical hit damage taken by 50%. We want to reduce the critical hit damage taken by 50%, because say if he does a crit hit and the crit hit is 4,000 and him doing the crit hit is 4,000, well, he'll take 50% less damage from that. So instead of that crit hit being 4,000, that crit hit will only be 2,000. That is very important when you're trying to build a tanky defensive team. Now, on top of that, when a person is attacking him and they hit Rick, what else is going to take place? What else is going to take place is that it's a better chance for them also to get negative 50 AP. So if you don't know, in the current meta that we have right now, AP rushes on average are typically 66 AP. So your guy is building momentum up to be able to attack, and then you hit Rick. So your AP goes from 62 all the way down to 12. That's problematic. On top of that, he has a bunch of HP. He has defense coming in, kicking in from the defensive leader, and he has defense kicking in from his weapon. That's not including if he have any bonuses on his character kit or anything like that coming from his passives. We're not including any of that right now. We're just simply talking about your leadership bonus and the bonus coming from his weapon. So now you have that acting along with HP. And let's not say if we get a chance to put some other things on Rick's team, such as HP characters that can be able to give him health. Coming into the game right now is Davey, who is an absolute monster toon. If you got the coins, I definitely suggest you go after him. Davey, and you know, some Doc Stevens is still really well. People still really good. People love to use him. So putting Doc on a team, or anybody that gives this type of healing effect that you can be able to use. So what you'll see is that this is very huge. So his weapon is built based off of his kit and the team you're gonna put him in. That's number one. Weapons should be built off of the kit and the team that you're gonna be able to put him into. Now, the team that you put Rick into is very, very, very important. You can't just place him anywhere, okay? This is not a one-stop shop pony. So you just can't put them in a team and think they're gonna work. Let me give you this piece of advice. Characters that you just put in a team don't magically work together. You have to make them work together. Okay? Just because you have the latest tunes doesn't mean that you're going to automatically win. That's not how this works. You need to have a plan in place and be able to use that plan. Your weapons is one of, if not the biggest part of the plan. Because you can have great tunes and no weapons and get thrashed by somebody with mediocre tunes and great weapons. This is something I had to learn very hard the first time coming into the game a couple years ago. I had tunes, no weapons, and was getting destroyed. Then I started working very hard on building the correct weapon. It has to be built a certain way. And then once you build that weapon a certain way, you can be able to use that weapon to your advantage. So let's go ahead and look at the team, and then we're going to look at how to put a weapon together. So with the team, first of all, we want to start off with the leader slot. Okay. That's what we want to start off with. I have Barker. Okay. Now, if we look at Barker, it tells us that all strong and tough teammates get 30% defense, and up to 3 damage roll enemies get negative 30% attack for 2 turns. So since Barker's leadership ability goes to strong and tough teammates, I want to put strong and tough characters in his team. So let's first go ahead and let's put Rick into the team. Since I was able to get him on my stream, that'll be linked above. You can be able to see that. I was able to get Rick, first edition Rick. So now we have Rick on his team. He's not leveled or anything. I haven't started leveling him. He will be leveled during faction level up, saving it for that point. But just look here. This is what we have for Rick. Now, what does Rick do? Rick is a command toon. So what he's going to do is he's going to be able to command a toon a round earlier so that that toon could be able to get off the AP rush. That's one of the biggest things about Rick. But not only does Rick able to do that, he has crit hit resistance at the beginning of each wave. This character gets 40% bonus HP, so he's going to get 40% bonus HP at the start of the match. When this character starts their turn, 30% chance to taunt one enemy. So he's also going to be bringing taunt into the equation. Now, on top of that, he has his weapon that's going to give him the HP boost, the defensive boost as well. And so this is what you see here. Now, his combat mods are important as well. So as you can see, I have defense, burn resist, stun resist, okay, AP drain, and a defensive alert. You could put bleed resist here as well, just depends on what you want to do. So what happens is these guys are set up and their weapons is going to what make them more effective in the team. So with Rick's weapon, as you can see, we went over Rick's weapon, 55% HP, the defense, being attacked, reduced critical hit. Now, with Barker, I went a different route. With Barker's weapon, 42% HP, negative 50 when being attacked, 35% defense, and he has Stonewall on here. So building them a certain way is going to be very important. So this is what we have for Barker's weapon. Now, we have to put other characters in the team because we have these 2 green toons. That's going to reduce the critical hit damage, so it does take an effect on Sandy and those red toons as well. And now we want to go ahead and put toons in a team with him. So what do I want to do? I have Barker that's here. I'm trying to set him up for success. All right. So with a Barker team, we can go with Uncle Sam. If you have Uncle Sam, or if you don't have Uncle Sam, that's perfectly fine. I have Uncle Sam. So we can go ahead and go with Uncle Sam here. Uncle Sam is going to benefit from Barker. Going to benefit a lot. Okay. He's going to benefit because he's going to get the defense and he's going to have the damage roll as well. Now, all the toons in the team don't have to be there, but what's going to happen is the weapons is going to make the toons play out a lot better when you're constructing a team. I mean, a whole lot better. So let's go ahead and look at this. Now, when we go ahead and put the toon, put the weapon in his hand, okay, what I'm going to give Uncle Sam is he's going to have this weapon here, which is the Razzo's Robust Loaded Assault Rifle. Okay, 40% HP, 5% defense. He has Elusive, Impair, and Daze. So every time somebody attacks him, he's definitely, if it's a crit attack, he's going to daze them. So they can't use their active. And on top of that, they'll be impaired. So they can't use their special or active. So they have to try to beat him down with basic attacks or bleed or burn, right? Is what they'll try to do. So that's what we have there for Uncle Sam. Okay, I can put Negan in here. Even though Negan does not receive the effects from Barker, he could be in a team. Why is Negan in here? Because Negan is gonna make them not have to auto. Okay, you want your defense to last 5 turns, so we could put Negan in here as well. But now, not only is Negan in here, but I've also put another good weapon on him. 33% HP, 40% defense, impenetrable defense, and fast healing. So he's going to be able to give a little bit of defensive boost to the guys here on the field. Now, over here, okay, we can go with Cliff, who you can be able to get right now in the Battle Pass. Cliff can be a good stand in here. And what we can put on Cliff, you're going to see this weapon coming up here for Cliff, okay? I can go ahead, put the 37% HP, 40% defense, elusive impair, and every turn for every 20% AP heals 5%. So Cliff is going to be kicking in that heal 5%. Why do you want Cliff healing? Because Cliff is the bodyguard. He needs the HP to take attacks per turn. So it's important that you have that. Now, what you notice here is I have these toons, right? But let's pay close attention. If I had regular weapons on these toons, look at what happens here. Let's just go ahead and put some regular base weapons with none of the upgrades on it on these toons. This is what we want to look at, okay? We'll just try to put something small on them just so we can see. Look at what happens here. HP goes down, defense goes down, all of this Negan defense go down. Look at the difference between when this basic weapon I put on Negan and then putting Javier's battle weapon on him. 10k boost here in defense, and we have the heals coming in, and we also had a 9k boost here in health. This is why the weapons are important, and you have to build them a certain way in order for this even to work, okay? Building a team like this is important. So we're going to go ahead, we're going to put the rifles back on, we're going to put the battle rifle here back on Uncle Sam. And then I do have another one here, Laura's robust rifle that I was using as well too. And this one has impair when you're attacking. And we also have days here. So this will work as well too, to put that in his hands too. And as you can see, look at those boosts all across the board. We don't see a boost here with Rick because Rick is not leveled. But once he's leveled, he's easily going to be 45, 50k. To be able to help there. Now, you can take Negan out of here. Negan doesn't have to be in here. You can put, if you have Mike can go in here to have that double kind of bodyguard. Uncle Sam and Zachary will be a good fit here. But you want to try to have some type of a kill ratio here. If you can, Uncle Sam will work as well. There's just a couple of different ways that we can go ahead and go. You could put Morgan in here as well for that taunt. Rick is going to make him go off of turns earlier. It's just a lot of good things that you can do, and you can put a dominant weapon in his hand. So let's go ahead and take Negan out of here. And let's go ahead and put Morgan in here. Okay, and just showing you some combinations. If I put Morgan in here, Morgan base weapon, 39k, 29k here. But if I take and I put, and everybody should have this, you could use the reduced damage here, which is Dante's robust bat, team killing, reduced damage. His bite can literally one tap somebody and revive somebody. So now you've also put a revive in the team, right? Along with a little bit of defense here to hold off so people can't do their rushing stuff. You got your days on the weapons as well here. His defense can't be changed, and he has crit reduce, and so does Morgan. Now look at what happens when you switch the weapons. If we look here, 39-29, we go ahead and put this in Morgan's hands, and now it's 39 here, 46. Big boost. So this is what you want to do to be able to build those teams, okay? Now, the next part is when we go ahead and look at weapon crafting, we need to see what is important. So let's go ahead and look at a 4-star weapon that we want to go ahead and craft on. So I'm just going to pull a 4-star weapon here. And what you want to do is this. You see how these weapons have guns on them? That means that this weapon is attached to a toon. Typically, if the toons do not have a good weapon, you do not want to make weapons for them. So, for example, the reason why you saw that Barker and Rick had their attached weapons upgraded was simply because they had very good base weapons. Normally, almost all of my other weapons in the Mythic era especially, and therefore other characters can be able to use them as well. You can be able to switch them out of each other's hand. So you just want to just take a regular toon and upgrade. So let's go over these upgrades here. Now, for example, this 3rd slot here, I mean, honestly, it could be any slot. You can put these in any slot. You can switch them around. But typically, if you have purple in these slots here, if it's not a good upgrade, you want to upgrade this. But if this is a good one, 30% defense is the highest you can get to start, which is that 120 rep there. You want to just go ahead and keep this, and you want to change the 20% HP depending on how you want to build this weapon. So if I look at the base of this weapon, I have defense, HP, and I have attack down. This is a defensive based weapon. So I want to build this weapon defensively. Now, here's what we have. This is your defender, you have your slayer, you have your raider, and you have your supporter, all right? All of these are not good. So when we go here to your supporter, which is in the 4th slot, teammate reviving is pretty good on a defensive weapon, okay? You can be able to take somebody out and kill them. Now, these other two, when attacking, a better chance to cause 40% defense, regain 100% HP at the beginning of each wave. If this was every turn, that would be nuts. That would be a good one, but it's not. And you really don't need these down here. So you want to aim for teammate reviving when you're building this weapon. Okay, that's one thing you want to do for defense. The next one says when being attacked, a better chance to cause negative 50% AP. Now, this one here is Raider. So yes, you can definitely use this here. All right. So you want to be able to use this on a green attack weapon, negative 50% AP. That is good. The healing stun is another good one. So you can use the healing stun for your defensive weapon. You can use the negative AP for your defensive weapon and teammate reviving. All 3 of these work good for defensive weapons. Now, the defensive down and attack down, you can do this if you're just trying to, you want to try something new, but I typically stay away from this. I think I have maybe one weapon out of all my green weapons that has this on there. Got to test it more, see how effective it is. But this reflect damage when being attacked, a better chance to deal 120% of the damage. This is good for those reflect toons such as Mercer and things of that nature, right? So that'll be good there. So you want to stick, my top 3 would be the being attacked first, teammate killing second, healing stun will be third. That'd be my order and everything like that. So we have this here. Now, tidbit. Healing stun is useful for attack as well. And the teammate reviving is also useful for attack as well. But here under Raider, you don't want the negative 50%. You want to use this bonus attack plus 45% attack when attacking enemies of 50%. This is one of the most slept on and best upgrades for attack teams. You need to have this, and you'll see when I go to my Ivanova weapon, this is what is the key to that weapon. So that's what you want to be able to do there in the 4th slot. Now here, you want to go ahead and you can enhance. Some people do that. That is not what you want to do. You want the max amount of points here. So you want to go to replace that, and then you can put HP and go to craft HP onto that weapon to see if you get it. And so that's what you want to be able to do there. Then when we go to upgrade for the 5, when we go to 5, after you upgrade the HP, things of that nature here, and you go to your weapons and you go to 5, this is what you want on that defensive weapon. You want to try to get Stonewall. Stonewall is one of the good ones as well too. Next on that defensive weapon too, the next best thing to me personally is to reduce critical attack by 50%. So that's what you want to do for those green weapons there. Now, if you have the red weapons, and we go into the red weapons here, 5-star weapons, 6-star weapons, pain spread is good, focus stun is good for the 3rd slot. And to me, since most of the toons out here are defensive toons that has like give 30% defense to your teammates, this and that, right? You want to build HP on your weapons. Okay, so we have that as focus stun. The Jesus Robust pistol, if you were able to get your hands on this, this is the absolute defensive weapon. Alert buff, HP is the boost here as well, and you can see that there. So let's go ahead and look at the next one. I have another one here. So what we have here is this stun weapon. You can go ahead and put stun if you don't get focus stun. Alert buff is good here, especially if you put in some alert toons around them. Defense, HP. So this is kind of how you want to go ahead and build that. Now, when we go back here to the weapons and we go to our 4-star weapons, we go here to just select one here. This governor's weapon already has, it already has that on there. But let me go ahead and try to select another one here just to show you what I'm talking about when it comes to building a weapon. So we have one here. As you can see, HP, 15% defense, defensive down. This is a defensive weapon. All right, you can go ahead and replace this. So here I don't have this schematic unlocked. Don't even use it, really. Don't need it. So we have AP down, a better chance to cause 50% AP down when attacking an enemy. Right, once again, that bonus 45 AP is good, and so is this strong attack. It's good if you're building an attack toon. Now on defense, what you really want and the main focus here on defense is the focus stun. You want to try to go for focus stun on the 4th slot, 3rd slot with your defensive weapon, and then from here you want to build this up. I would say keep going HP. Go for defense here. Just to get that 30% so you can get the 120, go there, and then just continue to build HP. And then when we come back to the red weapons and we go to 5-star weapons and we look here at this last slot here, okay, so what you have is the, did I go to 5-star? Hold on. So when you go back to the 5-star weapons, and what you have here is you have your cleanse. Cleanse is very good for a toon. You can be able to put cleanse on the weapon there as well. Alert buff is very good. You'll be able to give 10% to every other teammate with the alert buff. And then pain spread is good as well here too. You can kind of make a sneaky team with the 15-35 attack, but that has to be in certain scenarios. And also too, at the start of every turn, apply 35% heal reduction to all enemies. This can help well in your regular battles for those teams that's constantly healing, and in conquest as well too, so that you have that there. And then here, this is defense. Like I said, this is a defensive weapon, so you can build the defense here, or you can change this medium bonus to attack, change that to HP. That's how you want to go ahead and build that red weapon. Now when we're looking at the offensive side here for the red weapon, this is simply what we want to be able to do here. When we're looking at the offensive side for the red weapon, this is the route that I'm starting to go now. I use the strong attacks, I use the 15-35, and then I have my attack buffs here as well as crit. I started putting crit on the weapons. Normally I don't do crit, but I started doing crit on the offensive weapon just to give that little extra kick, and it's been working. It absolutely shreds. So that's what you want to be able to do here as well. Next weapon here, if we look here, 40% attack, another strong attacks, 15-35, just so you can see what I'm working with here on the weapons that I am using. I have another different type of weapon you can do, splash damage, pain spread. So like if you have stun and it's splash damage and pain spread, it'll spread the stun to another toon. So this is another effective weapon you can use as well. So these are the weapons that I have for my red toons there, and that's what I use. That's how they should be built. Now we have our yellow toons here. Okay, not much to ride home about the yellow toons. If we go here to my 5-star, I'm gonna just go ahead and just show you. Zachary does have absolute defense on his weapon. with the yellow tunes, that's a good way to go if you're using them on both defense and offense, right? 1535, and you can see his attack is almost 50%. It is up there. Now, to my baby, my masterpiece that I love, this is my Ivanova weapon. It absolutely slaps. As I told you earlier in the video, we're going to get into this. Look at what happens on this weapon. 43% attack, a huge bonus to AP when attacking. Now, bonus attack, 45 attack when enemies are more than 50%. This is the best third slot weapon for green and for yellow tunes, simply because there are no real offensive threat weapons at their hands at that point. So this is what you want to go ahead and be able to put on those tunes. Now, turn character's base crit chance to 100%. That is very important. And why? Because Ivanova is a collateral tune. With collateral tunes, whenever she hits one, she can hit the middle tune, and if she hits hard enough, she can take out 3-4 tunes at one time because of collateral. So Ivanova is definitely needed if you want to be dominant in the areas of the game. If you got a chance to look at my video up on the YouTube channel when I went against the Tara team on my YouTube short, you definitely want to go ahead and check out my shorts. I'll be posting more of those. When you see it, you see Ivanova slapping Uncle Sam them because this weapon here. So weapons is very important. So you want to go ahead and be able to craft that as well. Now, how do we find that? If we go back to our weapons, we go back here to 4-star. Let's go to a 4-star weapon, 5-star weapon. I'm just going to go ahead and grab a weapon off of the table here. We're going to go here and I'm going to show you where it's at. So underneath, once again, this is one of the Raider perks. Now you could do the HP 8%, that works as well, but I want my attack tunes to destroy, and I need them to destroy quickly. This bonus 45% when attacking more than 50% HP is where you want to find it. And then in the 5th slot here, if we go ahead and look at one of the upgraded weapons, in the 5th slot here, what you'll see is that Lydia has this turn basic crit to 100%. That's on her weapon. And if we go here, I just missed over. Okay, so if we go here, it's locked. I can't get into the weapon right now because it's locked. But the 5th slot, see if I have one. Okay, boom. If we go here, you go to the 5th slot here. Underneath destruction is your turn character's base crit to 100%. So that's what you want there. Or you can go to the 4th one and do the 1535 on your yellow tunes. Okay. Now, last but not least is our blue tunes. So with the blue tunes, you got the 4-star weapons here. All right. Let me show you what you have. Some basic upgrades for the 4-star tune. Now, once again, Magnus defensive pistol, defensive shotgun. This is defense. Bonus 35% defense when being attacked with enemy more than 60% HP. That is a decent one as to start off, but we have the impair and defensive down here. I'm sorry, impair and AP drain. So this is really good as well too. This is the 45% attack here, but also they receive 20% attack for 2 turns and 20% AP at the beginning of each wave. That's also a good trait there as well. Now, we have the double attack rampage. Everybody knows about the double attack rampage. People have been using it for centuries. When it comes to the blue tunes, it's absolutely amazing. So that's definitely a weapon you want to build there for that. And defense, the elusive impair. I think personally the blue tunes has the best set of all the tunes when it comes to weapons and your ability to be able to use those weapons and things of that nature. They have the best upgrades. So elusive impair if you're on defense, double attack if you're on offense, the bonus AP, or this bonus 45% attack on offense. And on defense, you can actually use this impair, which is absolutely amazing as well. For 4 stars, then you want to just upgrade your HP and defense there. And when you have a 5-star weapon that you're looking to put some time into, once you 4-star that weapon, you 5-star it. Okay, let's go ahead and look here. So what you'll have here under 5-star, You have this tough healing, which is good for defense as well, especially if you're running multiple blue toons. You can try for that. 1535 is the way to go, and apply that heal reduction is the way to go as well too. Daze has been a new one that we starting to see more of. It typically wasn't in the game until that Uncle Sam weapon came out. Then we start searching for it and start using it. So Daze is absolutely amazing way to be able to go as well. And every turn, 20% AP, 5% heal, that'll work well too in that defensive team. Now, maim shot. This is actually good for offense. You can put the maim shot here. All basic attack crits, hits, turn it to main. You can put something like this on. If you have a double attack crit up weapon, you can put the maim shot on there for like princess or a double attack toon, and it will go absolutely bonkers. You'll have maim all over the place. It will be nuts. So you can be able to do this as well if you're building that weapon. Now, Rampage is the mother load of all the weapons. The basic crit hits will hit 2 additional enemies on the same side of the battlefield for 150% of the basic damage. So that's absolutely amazing there. You want to be able to use that. Nothing else over here is useful. And when you're going for Rampage, okay? So that's what you want to have there. So that is what you need to do to be able to build your best weapon, know what you're building, and use those weapons effectively in a game as well. The team is the most important part of the weapon. You need to know how to build the team so you can know what weapon you need to craft. If you guys have any questions, just hit me up on the Discord, man. Hit that like, thumbs up, notification bell. You know, definitely hit the like up button. It helps. It's free. And if you want to go ahead and support the channel, you can hit the join button, man. Come, we welcome you into the militia. Little as 99 cents. We thank you for all that you do. This your boy JustCMTexx with a banger weapon guide. This is what you need. Peace.